wish that I could just wish away my feelings, but I can't.
Sand hurts my feelings.
I don't like sand, sand,
Hurts my
sand.
feelings.
Haunted by thick sand in my very soul. Sand, sand. Are you suffering as much as I am?
Sand
I
hurts
can't
my
breathe.
feelings. Sand,
Tormenting me. I'm in
sand
agony. Sand,
hurts my
sand.
feelings.
I don't like sand.
Hello, and welcome to Sand Hurts My Feelings. I am your host, Alex.
And I am your other host, Sarah. And today we're going to be talking about our picks for Rey from Taylor's album Evermore.
And we are also going to be talking about the newest event that just dropped this week, or weekend, the Eras Tour, the final show.
All 3.5 hours.
Glorious 3.5 hours of it.
Yeah.
We'll be giving our thoughts on that. We will be holding off on giving our thoughts on the End of an Era docuseries because we want to watch all 6 episodes and then give our thoughts on it. So we will just be talking about Taylor Swift, the final show. And there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Do we want to just dive in with that?
Sure. First of all, I guess I would say, how are you doing, Sarah?
I am still vacillating between Christmas Tree Farm and 'Tis the Damn Season in terms of my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Today, as we are recording, it is Christmas Tree Farm. But there's a lot of stress with the season. There's a lot of mixed feelings around the season, too. So I do want to acknowledge that. It's not always a happy time for everybody. And I know we're definitely feeling the stress of this particular season.
Yeah. As I've said before, I am now full back into my TTBD era. I'm constantly listening to that album now because that tells you my mental health status. So I'm attempting to pull myself out of that, and Sarah's doing a helpful job with that. But there's a lot going on in life right now for me and for Sarah and our household, and so sometimes it's a struggle to be happy as that album expresses, but
Yes,
there is happiness in that album. So
there is. And I mean, as we are getting closer to the winter solstice, yes, we are getting closer to the darkest night of the year or the longest night of the year, but then we start getting brighter and a little bit more sunshine each day. So that's with darkness, there is light.
correct. And I would say I'm going to break off from our normal stuff that we talk about, and I'm going to say something that has been bringing me great joy is the book series A Court of Thorn and Roses.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's looking, I've not finished the series. I just finished the first 3, and so now I'm on to A Court of Frost and Starlight. I'm still reading that one right now, but anybody who wants wonderfully well-written romance and like mental health that is taken into account, fantastic book. Hard, there's violence in it, there's war, and trigger warning, there is domestic violence in it. But I think they treat it very well, and Sarah J. Maas is becoming a favorite author of mine through that experiment, and so I would recommend anybody to go check it out. Sarah is already started. I kind of forced her on the.
It has been on my to-read list for a long time, but he bumped it up.
I bumped it up. I'm kind of like, hey, you need to start reading this.
Yeah, I've just started the first one, and so far, so good.
Yeah. So that is our one little thing that I'm going to put out there, and that's kind of how I've been finding my joy is through that book series and just finding romance books. Those are kind of my go-tos to kind of feel better. So
I'm glad you have found little pockets of peace.
all right, now we can just jump in, I guess.
The movie.
The movie. It was a rough watch for me, as I just stated. It was kind of a surreal moment watching TTPD be played on the screen in high HD, because again, it was also really surreal for both of Sarah and I because we watched the final show live stream.
Yeah, we watched a grainy live stream.
Very grainy version of it.
It was nice to not be quite so exhausted because, you know, we could pick when we watched this one versus having the time zones difference, because we stayed up to like 1:30 to watch her close out the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
Which I do not regret, but we were getting drowsy at a few moments.
Yes.
Not this time.
Not this time, no. And a couple of her songs hit me differently, as they usually do, depending on the mood you're in. And so I think it took us probably close to 5 hours to watch the whole thing.
It wasn't quite that long because we did pause a couple times.
We paused a couple times to deal with our emotions. Yeah, mostly mine.
Which that's a beautiful thing that Taylor can evoke these emotions with her performance and her lyrics.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just one of those surreal moments where I dreamed of it, and then to me also it works so well because I personally liked this version better than the other version because it's treated like a concert versus the other one's treated more like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's lots of cuts. I think there's still a lot of cuts in this one, more than I would have liked, but still didn't seem as much. And you got to actually see a lot of the background videos and stuff like that, which you didn't get to see in the previous. And you got to see all of the songs that were there.
Yes.
Because while it is nice having the two versions, I very much appreciate the two versions because Sarah and I got to see the original Eras Tour when it first came out.
So it's more the first movie is more of what our set was.
We saw, yeah, like what we saw versus this was not like our set because there are notable songs that we were like, oh, that's not here. Oh, because we were like, what? Isn't that one the next one? Like, nope, we got to do the next one because they cut that one out, or nope, they shifted this around and stuff like that because it's
to put TTPD
in. Yeah. So it was really interesting, and yeah, lots going on in my life at the moment. So it was cathartic to have that kind of expressed in the Eras Tour.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Sarah? What did you think?
I thought it was great. I echo you of because in the first movie that we got, they superimposed graphics over the stage to signal the different eras as they were coming up, and I didn't really like that. So I liked in this version, they treated it, it was like a filmed concert, and they treated it more as such. So you saw the transitions as the audience saw them. So there was a few times where, it's a pretty, dark stadium, but that was part of the transition. And then you were listening to the background music. I liked that. I was surprised I cried at TTPD. I wasn't expecting it to hit me the way it did, but it did. And it was really, really cool to see it in its full length in such great quality, because we've watched Instagram reels and things throughout the second half of the Eras Tour where that was in, and you're like, oh, that's really cool, but it's different. And the vocal quality, the quality of the sound that they got is fantastic. And I really like the sound mixing they did in this one a bit more than the first one. I feel they were able to kind of reel in the audience and have a little bit more control. Because, yes, we definitely hear the crowd, but I feel it was a little bit less than the first concert that they filmed.
Oh, see, I disagree.
Oh?
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, okay.
I thought they cut the audience out in the last one, and I thought we got to see a lot more of the audience in this, and how she literally stood there and they sang happy birthday to her for there was a 5 minutes
ovation
after Evermore, or at least after the piano set on Evermore or on Folklore, and she sat there and we got to watch all of it. I was amazed and happy that they decided to do that. I would have totally understood if they cut that out of that's a more private thing she wanted with the fans, but to briefly bring up the docuseries, everything, the fans did this, and she said it at the end of the tour too. She's like, thank you to all these other people that helped make this tour, but I'm she also says then thank you to the fans, because this wouldn't be the Eras Tour without you.
Exactly.
And
yeah. Oh, I was joking with you, Alex, while we were watching it, that we could make it a drinking game based off the number of times Taylor makes motions like she's looking at her watch and indicating time.
I don't think it's going to be that fun of a drinking game. I think it might be 5 drinks.
Well, so it either has to.
It's a lot, but I'm it is.
It seemed like a lot to me, and so I'm maybe we do shots versus drinks. I don't know. But I was just she's looking at her wrist a lot to indicate time.
Correct. She does do that a couple times.
So I found that funny.
Okay.
But it was really, really good. I am glad we have the options, because I did noticeably miss Tolerate It.
Yes.
I really like how they brought Tolerate It to the stage and the whole storytelling with that. So I'm glad that we still have that in the first movie.
Yeah, depends on your mood.
Yeah, it is nice.
That's great.
It is nice to have the options. See, what we're going to have to do is get really good with like the timestamps, because if we're like, say, just in the mood to watch the GTBD set,
Yes.
of like find that time mark and watch, that.
Watch that moment.
Yeah.
Or just watch Tolerate It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to find our time marks, or like in the weird. Well, no, I was going to say we're going to want to watch the 10-minute version all too well.
Always.
So find where that is. And I'm like, in the weird moments where we just want to have a dance party, we got to find our 1989 and mark the 1989.
Yep.
So it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching it with me.
Thank you for watching it with me. I didn't feel I was super great company, but you obviously had fun. So
it's hard to not have fun when Taylor Swift's involved.
True.
So switching gears into Evermore, we've been starting off our conversations podcast-related wise with sharing our favorite songs from the album.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're going to match on this one.
What's yours?
No Body, No Crime.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard for me, though. Like, for me,
I would agree.
There's 3 songs that are, like, hands down the top of the album for me. And sometimes it comes down to which one I've listened to most frequently, like, most recently, as to which is my favorite. But I think No Body, No Crime is my favorite.
Okay. Very cool. No, yeah. But No Body, No Crime is hands down my favorite. There's another contender, but at the top, but it is Marjorie.
Oh, Marjorie's your other contender.
Marjorie's my other contender.
Okay. It's because there's a sentimentality there.
Yep.
For me, with No Body, No Crime, I remember when it came out, as like, I loved the storytelling of it. And like, we would just jam in the car to it.
Would. We're like, we're jamming to Murder. Fun.
Yay, murder.
Yay, murder.
Well, I remember you being so surprised because it does have...
It's very country.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's like, that's the old time country of like the story. Like, it's more folk, I think, than country.
But it's off the line.
That line.
Yeah.
Like, that's Terry, and Taylor's really good at that. And I'm like, you are an adamant no country, new country fan. I think if we get you more and more, like if you listen to my country mix, I think you would be more interested in than like what you just like, let's put on a YouTube Music or Spotify or Amazon Music, whatever, like country mix. You're not going to like that versus like the older, like the Johnny Cash country, like those kinds of older storytelling, the Dolly Parton country of like the storytelling, I think you will enjoy versus now of like Colbert. I literally just watched a thing today of like, country doesn't all sound the same, and then it was literally a guy just putting all the Colbert's
as a compilation.
In a compilation, and you're like, yeah, they're all nowadays. Most of it does sound the same, unfortunately.
No, and I think that would be a good experiment because, I mean, country and then, folk have, the shared ancestry, right? Kind of like the shared tradition, but they kind of went in different places with it. But there was a time where there was quite a bit of overlap between the two.
Oh, yeah.
And so because I enjoy folk music, but so I think, going back and listening to the older stuff versus the progression to where it went. And where it is today.
I also think you just don't need Deep South. That's a bigger, like, that's what people would think of country. They think Deep South. I'm like, that's not the only country that there is.
No.
There is a twang that comes out of the Deep South.
No, there is that. That's a fair distinction, too. I was going to say, I have a country album in my YouTube Music. It's called Cowboy Carter.
That is a great country album.
I do enjoy that album.
All right. Are we ready to move on and move into our descriptions of Rey Skywalker?
I shouldn't leave the audience hanging because you shared what your other top contender was for Evermore, and I said for me it's a tight 3.
Tight 3.
So I don't want to leave folks hanging. I know I would be that person of like, well, what were your other 2?
All right.
So my other 2 that are top contenders, again, kind of whichever one I've listened to most recently, is Willow, and I love all of the different versions of Willow that are out there, and Champagne Problems.
It's number 4 for me.
Again, I love the storytelling in Champagne Problems. It's such a beautiful and emotional song. So you feel it in a different way than you do No Body, No Crime.
Yep.
But both great storytelling.
Yep.
So those are my top 3 off of Evermore, and they're tight. They're tight.
Okay. Very cool. And then just to make sure that I don't hurt people, like as you say, of being that person, I said Champagne Problems is my number 4. Tolerate It is my number 3.
I thought Tolerate It is on Folklore.
No.
What? I'm looking that up. We're fact checking this. Really?
Yeah, it's on Evermore.
If that's on Evermore, why did I
Yeah.
think it? Why do I think it's Folklore?
I don't know.
Okay, well now that totally changes everything. Cause
Yeah. So she just broke up all of her top 3s. So
good grief. Sorry,
I still
but
think No Body, No Crime stays.
no, yeah, I would say No Body, No Crime is still number 1 because I love jamming out with you, and I love the memories that we have from like the first 2 weeks of that album being out,
Yeah.
and just hardcore
That was our
rocking.
jam,
Yeah. No, why do I keep thinking Tolerate It is on Folklore?
I don't
know. Okay.
I mean, I mixed those 2 albums up a lot, so I can't. So when I say I don't know, like it's not like how dare you? It's like I do that all the time. I'll be like, oh, This Is Me Trying is on Evermore. I'm like, nope, not nope.
I was gonna say on As Sisters, yeah, it makes sense.
Sister albums, I'll constantly be like, oh yeah, this one's on that one. Like you're like, nope. And I'm like, because you're usually the one that knows everything. Like you know the actual stuff, and so I'm like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, like yeah, you're right, and I'm like, nope.
So then I get
right. Woo!
You did. Congratulations. Thank you for calling me on that.
I wasn't calling you. It was like this is just how it is. But, yes.
Thank you for the fact check.
Cool.
Anyway, great songs.
Mm-hmm.
Now shall we?
Now we can jump into it. Yes.
Would you like me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Is yours happy or sad?
Mine's happy.
Mine's sad. So, what do we want to leave
It's the holidays. We should leave
them on a happy note?
Yeah.
Okay. So, mine for Ray is Evermore.
Mm-hmm. The
titular song.
Okay.
And this is about Ray dying in The Rise of Skywalker.
What?
And then being resurrected and Ben dying in her place.
Woof.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, walk us through.
It's going to walk you through it. So, starts off, I rewind the tape, but all it does is pause. On the very same moment, all was lost. So, Rey thought all was lost when fighting Palpatine. She had lost Ben. She had thought she had lost to Palpatine, and she needed to get help from all the other Jedi. Sending signals to be double-crossed. She was trying to connect with the Jedi before her, but she had been unable to find peace. She could not get them to be with her until this final moment. Then continuing, and I was catching my breath, barefoot in the wildest winter. And so this is Rey finally able to communicate with all the previous Jedi and find her center. She is barefoot, alone, and in a winter of Sith lightning.
Mm.
I was really proud of myself on this one. So
yeah,
the connections.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so this is where it's going to go forward. Catching my death, and I couldn't be sure. I had a feeling so peculiar that this pain would be for Evermore. So Rey was able to stand up to Palpatine and use all of her power to destroy him. She had a peculiar feeling, but did not know that it would cost her life.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go back to the song, can't not think of all the cost and the things that will be lost. Oh, can we just get a pause? Rey gladly gave up her life to save all of her friends. When Ben brings her back to life, she is elated, but did not realize the cost of what he did. She wants to pause to see if she can save what is lost, that being Ben's life. Do you have something you want to say?
No, this is such a good pick.
Yeah. And then continuing, and I was catching my breath, floors of a cabin creaking under my step, and I couldn't be sure. I had a feeling so peculiar. This pain wouldn't be for evermore. Evermore. This pain wouldn't be for evermore. Evermore. Evermore.
For-
I'm trying to be honest to
the lyrics.
to the
Yes.
lyrics.
It is just humorous when it is
Correct.
recited without being sung.
Without the song, yes. And so then this is the end with Rey thought she had saved the galaxy and was going to get her forever after with Ben. When he brought her back to life, she ended up losing him as the cost of her life. She will now have to live with the pain of losing Ben forevermore.
That is a really good pick. When you said that was the moment, I'm like, okay, how? That's such a specific moment, but that works so well. Of like, yeah, she's ready to lay down her life. She's like, this is what it's going to cost to save the galaxy, and then to have that switcheroonied on her.
Yeah, like she's like, I'm willing to give up myself, not Ben, and then Ben comes and takes that choice away from her, like in a selfless way, not like she's a jerk for doing it, but like it's still that kind of it's that horrible situation where you're like, is it chivalrous or is it mean or like anti-love kind of a thing of like if you decide that you're going to make a choice for the better of your partner, but it costs you. If that makes any kind of sense.
I think I get what you're getting at.
Also, like
Rey made a choice, and Kylo took that choice away from her.
Well, it's that Rey took the choice, that Ben took the choice away, but also that like Rey made the choice. That's fine, but like people wonder of like, is it chivalrous if, for instance, if we were in a situation and I like died and like saved, like that's what people talk about.
Oh, like you sacrifice yourself to save
the other.
Yeah.
Like, are you truly being chivalrous because you're choosing to let the other person live, but then they have to live with that pain of losing you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing, like, and you don't have to live with that pain.
Right.
Because you're already gone.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that kind of a thing where it's like, what kind of those things are. So.
Woof.
Lots of thoughts.
That is a great pick. I think your pick is better than mine.
I we'll see. I doubt it, but
that's a good moment.
It's a great moment. Yours will be another happy moment and send us into the holidays so that we can celebrate Orthodox Life Day this Saturday in a wonderful and happy mood.
Yes. So we don't match.
Good.
My pick for Evermore for Rey is Ivy. And this one is completely Reylo.
Interesting.
This song to me is really emblematic of their dyad connection, and I think this song speaks to Rey's relationship with the Force itself a little bit. It had been the Force had been dormant inside her or subtle for so long, but then at the end of The Force Awakens, it totally consumes her, like the ivy consumes the singer in this song. And then it becomes an overwhelming presence in episodes 8 and 9, where she goes from a nobody scavenger to crazy awesome person with superpowers. But there's Reylo connections in it, so we'll go line by line to get you all of those beautiful Reylo connections. So diving into the song, I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bone in a faith forgotten land. In from the snow, your touch brought forth an incandescent glow, tarnished but so grand. So to me, this is the end of The Force Awakens in the snow fight that Kylo Ren and Rey have on Starkiller Base. Kylo's connection to Rey.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at you calling it a snow fight.
Well, they're fight in the snow.
Fight in the snow. That's where I'm like.
It's not a snowball fight.
My brain of like that's where my brain went of like snowball fight. I'm like snow fight. I'm like when did they
fight in the snow with the lightsabers?
Okay, I'm so sorry for interrupting.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. You're fine. But that's the moment I'm referencing. Kylo's connection to Rey goes right to their core, where the spirit meets the bone. He brought out the Force in her, aka the incandescent glow, by mentioning it and that she needs a teacher. She had it in her all along without using it, and her Force powers are so grand, tarnished but so grand. Then hitting the chorus, oh goddamn, my pain fits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's promised to another. I can't stop you putting roots in my dreamland. My house of stone, your ivy grows, and now I'm covered in you. Kylo holds Rey's pain. He makes space for her, both out of caring and out of manipulation, but he is promised to the dark side, not Rey. Rey cannot stop the Force connections from getting into her head and connecting her to Kylo. like the ivy grows all over. Kylo ignited the Force within Rey, and now she can't contain it, and it covers her like the ivy grows all over the House of Stone. Continuing on with the song, I wish to know the fatal flaw that makes you long to be magnificently cursed. Rey wants to understand Ben/Kylo Ren and all of his moodiness. Pretty self-explanatory there. Going to the bridge, I like this connection I made here in the bridge. Clover blooms in the fields, spring breaks loose, the time is near. What would he do if he found us out? Crescent moon, coast is clear, spring breaks loose, but so does fear. He's going to burn this house to the ground. As Kylo and Rey build their relationship and explore their connection, they do it in secret. On Rey's end, Luke will be really ticked off if he knows that they're talking to each other, and that's exactly what Luke does when he does find out. He destroys the hut, he burns it down to the ground when he finds out about Kylo and Rey. Continuing on in the song, I'd live and die for moments that we stole on begged and borrowed time. So tell me to run or dare to sit and watch what will become. Rey craves the dyad that they have together. It helps her understand herself and her place in all of this. And then to close out the song, it's a fire, it's a goddamn blaze in the dark, and you started it. You started it. So yeah, it's a war, it's the goddamn fight of my life, and you started it. Rey's battle between light and dark is in full force now, once Kylo has awakened the Force within her and stokes her fears. Kylo Ren also brought her into the Galactic Star War by awakening the Force within her, and after that, she can't go back to Jakku even if she had wanted to. She's not the same person that she was.
Yeah. I don't know why you thought mine was better. Mine's a very specific moment. Yours is encompassing of a lot. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I particularly like the bridge of he's going to burn this house to the ground if he finds out, and that's literally what Luke does. He destroys it. He's like, how dare you two be talking? Just like...
He doesn't burn it to the ground.
No, he destroys the hut.
Yeah, with the Force.
But I listened to that. So yeah, the Force is all over Rey. Kylo Ren/Ben is all over Rey, and it completely consumes her.
Yep, I agree. All right. Well, let us know what y'all think. Did you like our picks for Rey and Evermore?
I also want to know if you get the songs confused between Folklore and Evermore too.
Yeah, or are you just better Swifties than we are? Let us know. Our Instagram is the Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod. Our Instagram is the Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod. We're also on Threads, Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod. We're on Blue Sky, Sandy Feelings. And then we also have good old-fashioned email, the Sand Hurts My Feelings Pod at gmail.com. And yeah, go check out our Redbubble and TeePublic. TeePublic has been updated to a lot of new stuff. We have some fun pictures and actually some word clouds. Lots of different word clouds I've started adding up. Sarah's done a lot of work with word clouds, so maybe we'll talk about that next time a little bit more so she can give it a little more detail on what those things are. They're really cool on there, and we are up to date on our Rey and Evermore podcast episodes. So if you want that on a t-shirt or button or sticker or anything, go check it out.
Always remember, may the Force be with you.
Forever and always.
May the Force be with you.
Forever and always, yeah.